Hey everybody, Kofi here. So just letting you know, it may not sound like I'm whispering to you guys, it's because I'm like really close to the mic, but I'm whispering. I'm in the hotel. My cousin is getting married tomorrow. I'm in the wedding. I'm really excited about that. Really excited about seeing my cousins, and so we had a good time today, and I know we're gonna have a great time tomorrow. But so anyway, it's really late. It's almost 1 o'clock in the morning as I'm recording this. I just finished watching Titans, whatever. But anyway, so I wanted to get some videos out because the last 2 weeks I've been really busy and haven't had the time to really record anything between work and traveling. But so I just want to get that out the way. Anyway, so I saw in the news some really good news where a Texas church decided to pay off $2.4 million in medical debt, which is amazing. We often hear about how pastors are hustling money out of people, but we rarely ever hear good news about what churches are doing, which is I wish this was more normal, to where if a church is paying off $2.4 million in debt of its congregants and also donating money, it's not such a big deal. I wish it's just something normal. But it's a great start. So I'll read the article to you, and then I'll link it in the description. All right. So it says a church in North Texas is using donations to pay off $2.6 million. I said 2.4, so it's 2.6 million in medical debt for 2,400 families in Dallas and Rockwall counties. Pastor John Howerton from Lake Point Church told ABC News on September 24th that the project was part of the church's Pay It Forward campaign, which is designed to encourage community members to participate in acts of kindness in celebration of the church's 40th anniversary. We want to celebrate our 40th anniversary by passing forward the generosity that has been given to us, to people in our communities, Howerton said. To mark the milestone anniversary, the church also made contributions to local organizations tackling issues such as human trafficking, homelessness, and domestic violence. According to Howerton, the church leaders decided to focus on the issue after looking at statistics showing more than 60% of bankruptcies in America could be attributed to medical debt. He said, according to a February 2019 study published in the American Journal of Public Health, medical problems contributed to 66.5% of all bankruptcies in the country. That's insane. Letters with information regarding the medical debt being eliminated started going out to families in the middle of September, Howerton said. The letter was sent to U.S. military veterans, those who make less than 2 times the federal poverty level, people for whom 5% or more of their annual income goes to paying medical bills, and people who have greater medical debt than assets. Howerton said the church collaborated with the nonprofit RIP Medical Debt, an organization that uses donations to buy medical debt at pennies on the dollar and then forgives the debt. RIP Medical Debt helped Lake Point Church identify the recipients. One of the great things the organization does is that it works with the people who hold those debts to be able to negotiate down the payoffs, Howerton said. So we were able to eliminate $2.6 million of medical debt for around $27,000. Craig Entico, co-founder and chief operating officer of RIP Medical Debt, told ABC News on Thursday that the collaboration with the church began in May 2019 when the church first reached out to the organization about the project. Entico said more than 200 churches had inquired about RIP Medical Debt, and 68 churches have raised money to help eliminate medical debt since the organization was founded in 2014. We really felt that the medical debt was something that was inordinately hurting the people that are most vulnerable, Entico said. The problem is getting worse and worse, and we're just recognizing that we have a way to stop the hardship of this medical debt. Howerton said his church has around 12,000 members across multiple campuses, and he hopes this project inspires members to give back to their communities. We want our people to do 1 act of kindness per day for the next 40 days. Howardson said. So if you do the math, that's 40 days times 12,000 people and 500,000 needs met. That's the vision we have for this campaign. Okay, so that's really dope. Like I said, I wish more churches, I wish it was more normal in all of our churches instead of, I don't want to say it's a gimmick, but that's the only phrase that comes to mind right now. So forgive me for that. But for a gimmick, for a celebration, I'm not knocking that. I'm so happy about this, and I wish more churches would follow their lead, but I wish it would be more normalized within our congregations, because when you look at what happened in Acts, right, you see that the people put their resources together, and they helped people that were in debt, and nobody had need, nobody had a want. And I so desperately want that to be so normal within our churches in America. Will it be? Probably not, realistically. But then again, there's miracles that can happen. So I'm very optimistic. I'm hopeful. But we don't hear about good things going on in our churches like this. We just hear the bad stuff. So it's really good to see some news, some good news, with the church being in a positive light. Just imagine though, just imagine if this was normal. The narrative that the world would have when it comes to the church is like it won't have a leg to stand on, where they talk about all we do is pimp money out of people, and pastors are riding nice and people living in poverty. Just imagine if this was normal. Just imagine if the churches would just step up like this and take care of needs like this. But one of the main ways that the needs can be met is, like, you see that the church reached out to the companies, right? The RIP medical debt. But if the churches had a relationship with the power companies or whatever, but also if the members they have to give, the church just doesn't have infinite resources like that. The people have to donate, they have to give, they have to tithe. And so when the church has a surplus of money, they can do things like this. But when churches aren't getting that support, because people are thinking that all the pastor's going to do is just take the money and live like a king, things like this can't happen. So it takes more than just the church willing to do this. It takes the people giving the money to the church, doing their fair share, paying their tithe, their tax, and putting it in the pool, so people can be blessed like this. But like I said, I wish it was more normal, to where there are no needs within any of our churches in America. And just imagine how powerful the church would be. Just imagine that. It excites me, but I don't know. It just takes the right leadership. It takes people willing to work together to make something like this happen. A visionary to say, this is what we're going to do, and this is how we're going to do it, and this is what's going to happen. Like, nobody will be able to really say a bad word if this was normal. They couldn't say anything. The worst they could say is they just don't believe in Jesus because they think the Bible's made up or whatever. But if we just lived that blameless life, so we took care of one another and nobody was without, that's my dream. Like, I want to create something like that within a whole array of churches across the world, to where wealthy people and everyone just do their part. They're paying in, but there's, like, at the end, like, there's so much money and so much resources contained within our churches. Like, no congregant will be without. There should be no reason why we have any member of our church living below poverty and living in rough neighborhoods. They should be lived like each neighborhood should be amazing. Each neighborhood should be like a suburb, you know. But that's just my dream. Call me an idealist, but that's what I hope for one day. Even if it's for 10 years, like I just want that moment, that utopia. And no one will be able to say anything. Anyway, guys, I can talk about this all day, so I'm just gonna shut up. I'm gonna end this video. Post your comments down below. I would like to hear your opinions. What would you like to see done? Would you like to see this be more normal in our churches? And yeah, anyway, I'll see you in the comments. Love you.